Yeah, let's do it, man. What's the worst that can happen? Famous last words. Settle the wreckage, maybe? Nope, just a win. Just a fantastic win here. So, this is how we're gonna close off this video. A fantastic win here. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is gonna be another all-out brawl episode. Before we start, just want to say that I skipped the color Dune Brood, I think that's the name of the color. In Magic, I cannot find a good way of creating that deck. There's no commander with those colors, which I believe is red, black, white, and green. I'm not sure, not completely 100% sure, but I believe those are the 4 colors. I thought about creating a Kenrith deck that's a 5-color commander that has activated abilities with each of the colors, right? So I could create that and just not put any blue cards in it. Let me know if that's something that makes sense for you guys. Apart from that, you know, I just decided to think that one a little bit more, and who knows, maybe when the time comes for me to actually have to put out that color, which is going to be the last of the 4 colors probably, maybe there's a new commander or something that makes a little bit more sense. Now, about this deck, fantastic. I know it's the second time I brought a partner deck into the channel. These 4 color decks will most likely have partner decks all the way. This time I chose Bruse Tarl, Boorish Herder, and THRASIOS Tritan Hero again. Bruse Tarl reads: whenever Bruse Tarl enters or attacks target creature you control gains double strike and lifelink until end of turn. And THRASIOS, you pay 4, you scry 1, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, otherwise draw a card. Now, I built this deck thinking much more about THRASIOS than Bruse Tarl. In my opinion, Bruse Tarl was going to be a finisher when you had cards like, and I will not talk about Endrace Forerunners or Crater of Behemoth, and I'll explain why in a second. But when you had cards like Unagi of Kyoshi Island, Etali, especially Etali, and exclamations on the battlefield, you would play Bruse Tarl and they will get double strike and lifelink until end of turn. That sounded like a very good plan. I also had cedh and Yorion in the deck. Yorion because I kind of went with a little bit of a airbending style so that I could, for one, protect my creatures, right? Like with cards like Ang, Swift Savior, and Appa Steadfast Guardian, for example. And 2, so I could abuse the living crap out of the Badger Mole Cub. Essentially, those were the 2 reasons, you know. My idea was, okay, when you get enough mana, you'll basically draw every card in your deck with THRASIOS and you'll just finish the game that way. And there's a couple of ways you could finish the game. You could, for example, 3 Skydecaphile. You just needed to draw however many cards. You could Keenan Bonder Prodigy and eventually you'll have a board that would be crazy. You could Doppelgang for crap ton and eventually your board would be crazy. One Shitong as big as they get and eventually your board will be crazy, you know what I mean? So Mockingbird to copy stuff, Clever Impersonator to copy your opponent's stuff as well. Those were my ideas. Now, I think on game 4 you guys will see why I added Crater of Behemoth and Endrace Forerunners. The idea here was very simple. On game 4 the deck kinda went crazy with THRASIOS' ability, but we didn't really have a finisher. So the 5th game will already be this list, but the 4 first games will not have Crater of Behemoth, Endrace Forerunners, and they will have cedh and Yorion. My idea was, like I said, use and abuse THRASIOS until we have enough stuff that we can use and abuse Bruse Tarl. The airbending was because of Bruse Tarl and the Cub. Actually, I said it was only the Cub, but it was because Bruse Tarl as well, because with Appa and Doc Harlock, for example, you could airbend Bruse Tarl and just play it for 0 and give lifelink and double strike until end of turn to several of your big creatures. So that seemed like a pretty good idea, but it didn't really work out that way. The way the deck was mostly built was to honestly get a lot of mana with cards like Badger Mole Cub, Lotus Cobra, obviously Llanowar Elves, Lighted Halfling, the land creatures that we would get with the Cub, Nyx Plume Ancient, Sylvan Caryatid, Enduring Vitality as well, which is fantastic in this deck. Then what we wanted to do was get our activated abilities a lot cheaper, and for that we had a couple of cards as well, like Biomancer's Familiar, which is extremely important, Training Grounds, which is extremely important. And since those are not, you know, that many with that ability, you would have ways to copy them, like Mockingbird, for example, Springheart Nantuko, Clever Impersonator that we spoke about earlier as well. So there were a lot of stuff happening, you know. We could have built this in a bunch of different ways. I chose this. The deck performs very, very, very well, trust me. It's a lot of fun. THRASIOS is a very strong card. In the other deck, I said, people thought this card was too crazy, so they would kill it, and the Vile Smasher for me was much better. When the deck is built thinking about THRASIOS, it performs tremendously. I had a blast. I think you guys will like the deck too. Let me know if you try it out. Let me know if you guys change anything. What cards am I missing? With Brawl decks, I usually just build with whatever I have. At most I will spend wild cards on the commanders, which I had to do, for example, for Bruse Tarl, because I didn't have him. But you know, pretty fun. Let me know if you guys try out the deck, if you change anything, how it went for you, if you liked it. And yeah, I've yapped for long enough. Let's get in some games. I'm still finding the balance for this deck. Let's see if Old Man Kisuke with Frodo, Sauron's Bane helps me with that a little bit. I think I'll keep. It's decent enough. Not the best, but not the worst either. We can go with Hallowed Fountain into a Mystic Remora. Yeah. I forgot that was a turn 1 commander. And we'll see what our opponent plays. Like Mystic Remora, maybe I shouldn't go with the turn 1 Mystic Remora. Because, okay, so I guess we got a card out of that. So let's see what he takes out. I would go with the delighted halfling. Okay, that's fine too. That is understandable as well. Ooh, that is a good one. Not gonna lie. Let's go with that. And the halfling. And next turn we need to pay 2. We can play another land. Maybe is not the right call. We got 2 cards out of it. I think Mystic Remora did its job pretty decently, so I think now it's time to let it rest. I'll go with Jetmir and the Cub. I'll put Mana Confluence there, and I'll go with Arcane Signet, so that way we have a bunch of mana. We can also, this taps for only 1, right? That's only like land creatures. So we could also go with nothing. Okay, so I think I will try and with a little bit of luck copy the Bedroom Cup next turn, you know, that would be amazing. But let's see. I don't really think it's gonna survive that long, but okay. Appa is also a good one. We can also do some stuff with Appa. So I pay 3. I'm gonna copy the Cub for sure. And I'm gonna just pass turn because I kinda wanna go with Appa, you know. The 3/4, but with a little bit of luck I can what does the player? The player loses the game if the ring has tempted you. Yeah, it didn't. So that lose X-proof and indestructible. I have no idea why the hell our opponent just did that. I have no X-proof and indestructible anywhere, but I guess. So I will just take out, I think, one of the cubs so that I can do that again. Well, actually, I don't really need to. Yeah, I don't really need to be spending mana unnecessarily. I will double block here. Try and kill it. I mean, I will kill it. Okay, so he let us keep the cub. Okay, that's interesting. That is very interesting and very good for us. I will definitely not complain about that. So, put it onto the battlefield. How much mana do I have? So 2. Oh my god, shut up, dude. 2, this gives 3. Okay, so I think I can go get something interesting. What should I get though? It's gonna go straight to the battlefield, so it needs to be something that makes sense. Kenan? I could go get Kenan. I could go get Tem. Yeah, I think I'll go get Tem. So I think it's 2, right, for Tem? Yeah. That is a good one because that allows us to protect our creatures. I'll attack with those 2 and we got the win. I don't know if our opponent was just tired of waiting or whatever, but I don't know, man. Maybe he's an old man and he has no time to wait for people to think what play they should do, but yeah, I guess we got the win. Let's get into another one. So, SMB, Camball, Profiteering Mayor, difficult commander, always. I like this hand. Cannot really complain. We can go get a cub. I don't necessarily like that, but let's see. Let's go get the Jetmir Garden. Immediately get 3 of the 4 colors available. Cyclonic Rift, very good. Yeah, there's no point in doing anything else, just pass turn. I don't know what exactly our opponent has, but okay. This will allow me to go get the cub, but then I'll be open to a... I was gonna say board wipe, but I meant removal spell. But I think I will risk it still. Or should I go get like a Carrot Teeth, for example? Nah, I'll risk the cub. Screw it. Who cares, right? I don't mind that. We will have a creature nonetheless. Maybe our opponent will focus on Camball and not that much else. That was a sentence, I think. Okay, I'll take that. I will take that every day of the week. And so we have 4 mana available. We can go to 5. Okay, so I'll pollute the Delta. Let's see. I would much rather Edge Maze. I'll take a Strict Serenade, why not? And yeah, I'll go with Tidus. That is fine. We can try and kill Adeline. We can try and kill Camball if he plays it. Okay, I think his drawing will block there. Let's see if he has some party tricks against us. I don't mind taking 2. What will our opponent do? Okay, so Kambal just got in. Kambal is officially online. Whenever one or more tokens your opponents control enter, for each of them, create a tap token that's a copy of it. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever one or more tokens you control enter, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay, I will kill Adeline because I don't really have a lot of token stuff to do, so, you know, why not? If I do this, I will have 4 mana available. 4 mana, I can definitely streak Serenade or Tidus. And this will help me protect my creatures a little bit. Not a lot, but, you know, not a lot because our opponent plays with white and black. And I cannot tap them right now, so that sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, the One Ring... I will counter that. Definitely. You will ironically have a token the moment I said, oh, I don't play with a lot of tokens. So that's a little interesting. But unfortunately now we cannot utilize Tidus's ability. I will Growth Spiral, why not? Let's draw. Damn, that sucks. That was a terrible draw. So I'll just pass turn right now. I'm trying to get a little bit more mana. So I think Tidus or THRASIOS ability will be what we are striving for. Do not forget we can now protect. Whenever source an opponent goes to life. Sacrifice 3 other creatures. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 1 more mana to be able to Cyclonic Rift, which is what we will want to do. Our opponent will definitely attack with a 2/2. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to do anything but that. And now we will try and do this. We'll take that for sure. For sure. 3 steps ahead is not terrible. We can definitely Cyclonic Rift and overload it. I think I'm gonna... I could also do this, but I know I want to protect my cards a little bit more. Let's see what our opponent does first. We're gonna try an Elish Norn. Okay. So he's gonna create the token, and I will then Cyclonic Rift most likely, right? Or he's gonna activate that, and I will Cyclonic Rift, something like that. This creature ends in Witch's library. Okay. I will Cyclonic Rift. He's not gonna be able to play anything else this turn. But I kinda don't want him to even attack, so taking everything out would be or will be great for us. Oh, he wants the Soul Warden. That's not gonna happen, I don't think. Could activate the Elish Norn, but I think you would still lose everything, so... And now he needs to think what he wants to keep or not. Which kinda sucks for our opponent, but it's great for us. We managed to deal with the One Ring, we managed to deal with an entire board, an Adeline, so... The deck is doing some stuff, you know? Maybe not as much as it should, but that I cannot really do a lot about. Okay, very interesting choices. Very scary choices as well. So, Whenever you tap if you tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much of that mana instead. So if I do this, I will be able to get 3 steps ahead. But I think I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I think that's good, because that way we can, like I said, 3 steps ahead. I'm gonna attack with everything but Tam. So THRASIOS and the cup. This makes every one creature every color, so we can X-proof it for black or white, X-proof Nyxbloom Ancient or THRASIOS or whatever, or if our opponent has a board wipe, for example, we can just 3 steps ahead, I think. Yeah, we're definitely 3 steps ahead that. And I don't know if our opponent will like what's coming, so, which is an Italy first and foremost. So first we have an Italy coming. Sure, I'll put both there. Why not? Why the hell not? And we got the win. I was gonna play Bruse Tarl, you know, make a probably on the Nyxbloom Ancient. We were going to activate Titus a couple times because all of these would be giving 3 mana each. So we had 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 mana. Sorry if you heard my dog. Well, we would play Bruse Tarl, so we wouldn't have the 15 mana available, but you get what I'm saying, right? So it would be a very explosive turn. With an Italy, our board is very well protected by Tam. What a card. I really like this card. This card seems very good. And we might even get a 1 ring, because why the hell not? You know what I mean? So no need for that. Good game. Let's get into another one. So 2 games, 2 wins. Well, after I started recording. Il Duca di Milano, an Italian brother. I don't know why everyone's my brother, like I'm just Portuguese, I'm nothing else. I do not like this end, so I'm gonna mulligan. This end is a little better just because we have a heuristic study, but I still don't like it. Like, we would need 2 green, so okay, this end is much better. Let us immediately go with Jetmir's Garden. We don't have the blue for the Biomancer's Familiar or for THRASIOS, but you know, can't really complain that much. We have a bunch of blue sources in our deck. Shouldn't be that difficult to find one. I'm not gonna play the Spring Art Nantuku either. Okay, there we go. See, did not get it. So, Biomancer's Familiar is very important here. Next turn, we will Spring Art Nantuku, put it on Biomancer's Familiar, and then play the Basing Say. Hopefully we can do that. So, Freyalise, okay, that's not great, but, you know, not great that he plays it, I mean. Okay, interesting choice, I was not expecting that. I was legitimately expecting a Freyalise, but our opponent wants to ramp up as much as he can, which is understandable, so let's see. Okay, Enlightened Tutor is also very good, so I'm going to put that there. Now I'll go with that, and I will pay, copying the Familiar, and now Titus's abilities will cost just 1, I think, if I'm not thinking this incorrectly. Jeebus, that was not supposed to happen. Come on, man. Why are you being like that? Why? That's not very cash money of you. I could go get something, but I think I'm gonna go with THRASIOS. We will most likely get hit big next turn. I'm not gonna block the Gargaroth for sure. And our opponent will probably put the counter there. So we're taking at least 8. But let's see. Let us see. This is dangerous, man. Like, our opponent is going very wide. Which is kinda nuts. On one hand, I would like to Enlighten Tutor as well. But honestly, I don't even know what I would get. Let me see. What could I get for... It's an artifact or enchantment. I already have the One Ring, so it would have to be something like Mirror Maid does nothing, Copy Enchantment does nothing, Training Ground could be useful, but I already have 2 Biomancer's Familiar. Mystic Remora I don't think does really a lot here. Arcane Signet doesn't do... I don't think it matters that much. Let me do this. I would like to go get the cup. I will then take the 8 and decide what to do, if I Enlighten Tutor or if I keep scrying. Okay, so I'll definitely do that. I cannot pay 2, I don't think, so if I can, I will. It's another creature. Plus it becomes a blocker, not necessarily for the Gargaroth because it's only a 2/2, but you know. Do I want more land? Is the question. I don't think I do, to be completely honest. So I'll take the 8 and I will Enlighten Tutor. Let's see, maybe I'll go get Ristic Study or something to try and get some card advantage. This is taking a long time. It shouldn't be that difficult, my friend. Okay, so I'll pass, no blocks. Il Duca di Milano is taking his sweet time. Pretty sure our opponent did not quit the game. Okay, finally. And I'm going to assume now it's going to be my turn. Okay, so we'll Enlighten Tutor. And now let's see. I might do One Ring next turn. You know, have protection for a turn is very good. I only have 5 mana. Oh my god, people. If you cannot play, do not play. I only have 5 mana. Enduring Vitality could be good. Enduring Vitality could be good, you know. I would have much more mana. I would immediately have much more mana. Plus it's a blocker as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. My turn. So I will do this. Oh dear lord. This is gonna be a boring game. Sorry guys. And I can now the One Ring. And I still have 2 mana, so I can activate THRASIOS. So I have protection for everything. I can activate THRASIOS twice. I can counter something. I can draw cards. I think activating THRASIOS will be my my goal, my main play. This is indestructible, so our opponent needs to... Oh, he's alive after all. Our opponent needs to exile it if he wants to get rid of it. He will most likely attack with Elder Gargaroth so that he can draw. I can block with the Vitality as well. You know, just to... Well, not this turn, but the turn after, for example. Just so that I can... what's it called? Eat up a little bit of the damage, but I don't think I will. Not this turn, obviously. Jesus Christ. That's absolutely fine. If there's a time to see a Crater Hoof Behemoth come in, is the turn after you play the One Ring. That is nuts, man. Jesus. That's perfectly fine by me. So he's gonna draw a card most likely. Resolve. Pass. No blocks. Pass. It's always fun to see this animation, but I think our opponent really thinks like, oh, it's impossible to kill me next turn, and it might be, you know. I'm not gonna say it's not. I like them, but I don't think that's what we're looking for right now. And let me do that again. Yorian. Again, I don't think that's what we're looking for. Crop rotation is not what we're looking for. Tunnel the Wreckage is absolutely perfect, to be honest. So I will go with Esper Sentinel here. And I will actually draw a card with the One Ring. That is actually pretty decent. I will auto-pay because I'm gonna go get another land as well, so that's good. Temple Garden, I'll pay 2 life. So let me do the math here. Yeah, I'll pay. I'll have enough for that. So I'm not gonna do anything, just gonna pass turn. If our opponent attacks with everything, he might have another Crater Roof Behemoth-like effect. Settle the Wreckage will solve that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana available, I think. Elves you control have. Tap it and put a counter. Okay. It's attacking creatures, so it's not tapped creatures, so that's good. It might get Eladamri's ability. Okay, Ram Through. Ram Through is... okay, that's creatures and blah blah. I'll add a white just because I still have 4 mana if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana available, 6 with that, so I can still Strix Serenade and I can settle the Wreckage if I'm not doing the math incorrectly. I'm going to assume I'm not, but who knows. So he's only attacking with that one. I'm not going to use Settle the Wreckage on that because it's only one. Like, it doesn't make any sense for me to do that. So I might eat up a little bit of the damage with the Enduring Vitality, to be fair. And probably with that token, or yeah, I'll eat up as much damage as I can. So 3, 4, 7. Yeah, I'll eat up 7 damage there. He's not attacking with anything else. I'm not gonna lose the Enduring Vitality. I don't think this is necessarily a great option, but I'll just pass turn here. Pass turn? No, I'll just take the 3 damage, I think. Okay. I will do that. Our opponent can only put 1 mana. Ooh, artifact or enchantment. That kind of sucks. For a creature or land card. Nah, I don't want that. Looking for something a little bit better. I will scry as well. Okay, that one might be good enough. That one might be good enough for us. So let me go with another blue source. I'm not gonna pay. Well, I cannot pay even if I want to. Again, I still have a bunch of mana, so I think I'm gonna growth spiral. Worst case scenario, we already have a forest there. So there we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with crop rotation as well. Just so that I can, you know, build up a board a little bit more. Make it seem like I'm trying to... I'll go get the Flooded Strand because it's a land. It's gonna give me another token. I will take one more. And I'll go get Plains. Don't really want to risk it because of the white. Is there anything with activated abilities except the Biomancer's Familiar that I already have a bunch of? I don't think there is, so I will just, I guess, pass turn and pray. So if our opponent goes all out, settle the wreckage. If our opponent attacks with just the Gargoroth, Airbender's Reversal, and try and kill it, it has only ward 1, so it's not super crazy. I will just go with that, and I'll add a blue, why not, who cares. Let me do this first, because it's only gonna cost 1, so I can utilize its mana. Maybe we'll get another token out of it or something. He's destroying that. That sucks. God damn it. That kinda ruins my whole plan. Well, not my whole plan because I can still settle the wreckage, but it enters stab there. So that one's gone. He attacks with everything. The logic remains the same. Settle the wreckage. If he doesn't, then I will only take out the Gargoroth. Let's see. I'm only on 7 life, so eventually our opponent will have to, you know, stop being scared and go for it. I would assume. Okay, maybe not. So I'll just do this as many times as I can. So another land, I will take that. This is very confusing for me, but what do I know, you know? 3 steps ahead, I will take us 3 steps ahead, why not? Let me go get more cards. Mockingbird, yeah, I'll take a Mockingbird, why not? We're gonna keep doing this. We are going to keep doing this. Mind Break Trap. Let's go get the Mind Break Trap as well. And I will do this once more. Our opponent doesn't have any mana. Lotus Cobra. I don't want Lotus Cobra. I would rather have... Not that either, but... we're not seeing all the mana we could be seeing, you know what I mean? I'll take an Italy, why not? So we have a lot of cards in hand. This is actually kind of crazy. We are here, it's like a poker game. We're playing the waiting game. We're trying to see what our opponent does, you know. Trying to fill out his hand, and he's very slow at playing. Okay, so my turn. We'll lose 1 more life. We're on a clock here, so we need to do something. I would take a Cyclonic Rift if I'm being honest. I don't know. I don't know if our opponent is here or not. So okay, I guess he's alive. Not a lot of lands, like I said, but I guess he's alive. So what should I do? I could Mockingbird something he has. That costs 8. I can Mockingbird that. Right? When that happens, we will have a big boy, right? No, it's when it enters, now when it... Yep. Would that be enough to end him? Because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 creatures. Everything gets huge. I don't know, let's try it, man. So... 8, I think? Auto pay. I'll copy that. It enters huge and beautiful. And now we're going to swing with everything because it's our Hail Mary attempt to win. We're dealing 15 in the air, so there we go. Il Duca di Milano took 22 minutes of our lives, but at the end we managed to win with Mockingbird for 8. Titus carried the game completely. Biomancer's Familiar is ridiculously important, and our opponent was just way too scared of what we could have or not, and he didn't attack. The fact that he put a Crater Hoof Behemoth on the battlefield when we had the One Ring, I think, was a big mistake. Probably our opponent didn't remember the One Ring effect, but you can always read the cards on Arena, so let's get into another one. We are literally 3-4-3, so maybe we can go 4-4-4 and end the game, or the video, I mean. I like this end, it's not a terrible one, I don't think. End the video on a fantastic note. We're gonna go get probably an Edge Maze or something along those lines. Edge Maze will give us 1 green, 2 blue with Mistrise Village, and 1 white. I think so, yeah. We don't have red for the... Yeah, I cannot say no to that. For the Bruse Tarl, but for me, Bruse Tarl is a finisher, you know? Like, you want to play like an Italy, for example, and then once the Italy can attack, you play the Bruse Tarl, you know what I mean? At least that's how I look at it, so I'm going to play Tam. I want Tam ready for when I play more important things, so that she can protect whatever it is that we play, like Titus or Bruse Tarl, for example. But I think I'm going to Ristic Study. Now we'll just pass turn. Now this will tax our opponents. He can also just kill it, obviously, but destroy it, I mean, because green has a lot of enchantment removal, but this will tax our opponents, which in a mono green deck is not like the worst thing for them, you know. They will have more than enough mana. What does this do? Because I don't play with alchemy cards. They enter untapped. The topmost land card in our library perpetually gains on earth and step for mana. I don't even understand what that means, but but I'll pretend I do. Okay, for the sake of the video, I'll pretend what the topmost whatever the hell mana. So he cannot do that, so I will take out the Insidious Fungus. Okay, so this costs 1. I can copy it and then take it out, right? So I'll do this, I'll copy it, and then I'll take that out, just so that I can keep my Ristic Study for a little while longer. And the center stab, because why wouldn't it? That was a mistake. That was stupid. I was what's it called? Trigger finger happy or something like that. Okay, I'll definitely take more cards, man. 1 Shitong is not bad, and we kinda need to remember that the most mana we have, the easier it will be to doppelgang. So wouldn't mind getting a cub right about now. So he's gonna start paying because right now he has more than enough mana. He did not. I will take Lotus Cobra is decent. We can Lotus Cobra, bring Art Nantuko on Lotus Cobra, and then play that. So creating more Lotuses, Cobrases, or that's even better. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So Lotus Cobra, Spring Art Nantuko on Lotus Cobra bestowed. And we will not be able to utilize that ability for the first time, but the second time we will. So that is pretty decent. And I will Lush Portico so I can see what we will get. Biomancer's Familiar, perfect, not gonna complain about that one. Meatweaver Pock does not have, what's it called, does not have trample. It's trample. And you know, any land that we play now will give us twice the mana, let's put it that way, right? So because we will have a plane coming in, for example, and Lotus Cobra will trigger twice, so that's pretty decent. Our opponent is also doing a lot of crazy stuff, but you know, we can... Who should we copy though? If we're copying someone, yeah, most likely Lumra. Like next turn we'll have 1, 2 to pay for this cost, the cost, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can copy 2 things twice next turn, I think. So we can actually go with Rhystic Study and Lumra, for example. Or yeah, I think that's decent. Rhystic Study and Lumra. What the hell is this, man? So he's manifesting Dread now. Like all of these cards mean nothing to me. I don't... This one I played with because it is very, very, very strong, but the rest I could not care less, to be honest. Okay, so he's gonna do this a million times, I guess. We are being a little unlucky with the opponents we're facing, like not in terms of games per se, because the games are interesting, but just the amount of stuff they are doing each turn, you know. Now I don't know if I should go with Meatweaver, Pock, and Lumra, because our opponent has a bunch of mana, so it's not gonna matter at all, you know. Legitimately, it's not gonna matter. I'm not gonna take 15. I'll block with that. Hopefully it doesn't have any party tricks, because that would suck. Dying because you were a little too cocky, that would be crazy. Okay, so I'll pass. And I will try and doppelgang for as much as I possibly can. So we have 2 Lotus Cobras, right? So each one will give us 1 more mana. So I'll take 1 green and I'll take 1 blue. I will not pay for that. And I'll have... I think I'm gonna go with these 2. Like, I think that makes a lot of sense. Because after this, thanks to all the Lotus Cobras that we have, I'll keep that and I'll keep that, who cares. We're gonna be able to, you know, have a bunch of mana as well to play with, so that's pretty decent. So I'm gonna go with blue, green, red, blue, green, blue. I will pay, and I will pay again, and I will pay again, just so that I can, exactly because of this, you know. So green, green, blue, red. I will speed this up in editing, you know. I think it's better. This is kind of crazy. Now I would love a doppelgang, but I don't know if I want to do that actually. I will copy one or two more. Actually, I'll copy all of them because I will have a bunch of mana, so who cares? This is kind of insane, not gonna lie. So let me do this speeding up. Okay, so that was one thing that happened. Now we're on to other things happening. I'm just gonna go with straight up. I don't even know what I'm looking for, if I can be completely honest with you guys. I think that's the craziest part. Because I don't have a great behemoth or anything like that. Sure. I'll do the same here. Now we're the ones taking a long time, and I'm sorry, Koyos. I think that's the name. Let's go get a little bit more mana. Green. I'll speed this up again. Sorry, guys. Okay, so now we can do this. Create a huge one Shitong, draw our old deck. Let me see what I can go get here. Keenan. We can go get Keenan. We can go get Italy. I think I'll go get Italy. Okay, so I will tap one of these. So that I can have a bunch of things still. There we go. Now let's see what we get. So I got the Soul Cauldron, that sucked. Arboreal Grazer, that sucked. I think I'm just gonna go for a huge one Shitong, to be honest. We can also go get... We can also do this. It's for 2, so we're gonna get either a lot of mana, which is fine by me. I think our opponent is just gonna quit, but we will keep doing this. Because why not? Okay. This is insane, man. This is insane. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until we either draw our entire deck or... Sure, why not? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, man. I really hope our opponent is one of those people that likes these things, because if not, he's gonna hate this. He's gonna hate this so much. Okay, I will play this again. Of course I will. I'm just gonna keep doing this, man. I have no other choice. I'm not gonna take mana now. Sylvan Tutor. I will go with the Sylvan Tutor, actually. So I will go get... What will I get? I can actually go with this. Keenan. I'll go get a Keenan. And I'll activate that ability again. I unfortunately do not have a Crater of Behemoth. I wanted to do something different, you know. And we managed to, but it is weird. Not gonna lie. So yeah, I'll take that. Why not? Yep. Our graveyard goes into the deck again, so we have everything to play with. Let's go get more stuff. We still have a bunch of mana, man. Okay, so nothing. We are doing things, so I don't know why the timeout is being used, but okay, so nothing again. I'm just gonna go with that, and I think I will. No, I don't want that. I think I will do this again. Breathing pool. I don't want a breathing pool. Avatar's Wrath is decent. But I don't want that. So I'll just pass turn. I'm kind of curious to see what our opponent does. We only have 2 mana. I'm just gonna let him play for a little bit, you know. I think I'm gonna take out the what's it called, Aftermath Analyst from our opponent's graveyard, because it has an activated ability. And now we'll put it, I don't know, there, I guess. I really do not know what happened there. I could have... This shows me that the deck doesn't really have like sorry, a great end play, I guess. Yeah, if you want to do that, you're gonna have to have the exact mana value of everything. So he's putting just 1, but he cannot utilize that now unless he has a way of untapping that land, which he probably does. Okay. So we lost Flash, Heuristic Study and Endurance only. We should have tried and get Enduring Vitality, man. I could have probably finished the game with that. We have a bunch of these again, so I don't know. We still have 20 lands, so that's actually fine. I was like, I don't know how much mana we still have. So okay, 6 is interesting. I would love to find another doppelgang. That would be crazy. That would be crazy, man. Okay, so Tireless Provisioner. That would be crazy if I found another doppelgang, to be honest. Primeval Titan. 2 land cards, so he's gonna go get more mana. He's gonna go get... those 2 are gonna get bigger, but we have a bunch of blockers, so until he gives trample to something, you know, we are not fine, but not terrible either. We have 3 mana available right now that we're gonna use to go get more stuff with Thrasios. Our opponent does not have more cards in hand. He went for the food. I really thought he was gonna go for the what's it called? The treasures. We still got the win. So this wasn't a great game by any means on our hand. It was a very interesting one, don't get me wrong, but I think I need to change some things in the deck. Maybe I'll put like a Crater of Behemoth or something and try and close out games, because we could have won last turn. I will go with one more game after this, after making that change. So yeah, let's get into another one. After that last game, we actually went and did the trade we said we would do. So I put in a Crater of Behemoth. I also added an end raise for runners. And I took out Yorion and Zerda. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's not terrible, and we have a cub in hand, so that's pretty decent. I'm gonna play this first turn, and then second turn probably a plane, so we can start getting ready for these two. Lighted Halfling is also very good, but I will still go with the planes. And I'll choose that. So our opponent most likely has something. That is fine. There's not a lot we can do, so I mean, we could have waited, obviously. What is the point, you know? Sometimes you just want to be aggressive, and that sucks when it doesn't work out, but still better than not really doing anything, you know? We are going to get 4 mana available. So I can Delighted Halfling and Grand Abolisher. I don't know, I think that this will maybe make our opponent think twice on what to remove, because Grand Abolisher will be a nuisance, right? But so is the cub. Like, if our opponent does not remove the cub, our next play will probably be just like Island, Titus, or THRASIOS in this case. Okay. So we'll take 5. And then we'll just keep Appa protected. Can also do this. If I do this, how much mana will I have? No, I think that's the play. Titus. You know, if nothing crazy happens, we can just Growth Spiral or even THRASIOS, you know, utilize THRASIOS' ability. That's enchanted by an area you control, can't attack you or creatures you control at the beginning of your end step. Each opponent loses X life. Okay. It's an Aura's deck. That's not surprising at all. Appa is here just for the air bending ability, because I don't have a lot of allies, if any, in this deck, which, well, I do have actually. Can't attack or block. Okay. It doesn't remove its powers, let's put it that way, so I don't really mind. Now, what can I do? I can take 5 again. I think I will take 5 again, which will be 7, right? Yeah, it will be 7, so maybe I shouldn't. So I'm gonna give it a little thinking there, because this will give me 2 mana, so I don't want to block there. I don't want to block with Titus, but I can actually. I can actually block with Titus, 1 blocker, and then play the Appa. Protect it. I can also play the cub again if I want to, but I kinda don't care. Decline. I kinda don't care because, well, it's kinda obvious, right? Because all I care about the cub is the... Is that an ally? Oh no, wait, whenever you cast a spell... Okay, so I was being stupid. For a creature card, reveal it and shuffle and put that card on top. I will go with that. Let's see what creature card I want. Aang would be good. Aang would definitely be decent. Biomancer's Familiar would be fantastic. Tam would be fantastic. Mockingbird would be fantastic. Aang would be awesome though. I will have 5 mana to play with, so I can activate... Oh, I can't. I will Aang though. I will still do that. This costs just 2. I'll next. No attacks and turn. I think this is better. Our spells cost one less. What aura does our opponent have though? Because he knows we have an Ang, so okay. I have one blocker, at least. I can block with Appa as well, just to reduce the amount of damage taken. But I think I'll take the 4 here, because this has no like when this creature deals damage, blah blah, and I will just block the Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor if I can, obviously. Jesus, yeah, definitely. I definitely need to block that thing. Okay, so that was another land. That's fine. It's just gonna attack with that. I'll just block there. Let me do this now. Well, I can actually pay it, so why not? Why not? Why not? I did the math incorrectly, as per usual with me. That is fine by me, man. Biomancer's Familiar. I think it's time, right? Actually, no. I think I wanna relax for a little bit more. So we have 2, 4, 5, 6. We can activate that 3 times. I think I'll just pass turn. I don't think... Not really seeing a world where our opponent is going to be so strong we cannot survive a turn. So let's just THRASIOS and see what we get, because I want more creatures, I want more stuff on the battlefield, I want more mana so that I can play more stuff. I can play this next turn for sure. I'll pay 2 more, and then I can pay 2 more. So the problem with decks like so, I'll definitely take that. More mana. Would love a doppelgang. Pay a waterbend cost. I can also do that. I can also do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have exactly 6. Let's go get another land. I will activate that ability. I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, our opponent might have something crazy that will just kill us, but I kinda need to try and do some stuff here, so next turn we can create a Hoof Behemoth and try to take out our opponent. No, I'll go get green. I will do that. That way we can only do this. Yeah, let's do it, man. What's the worst that can happen? Famous last words. Settle the wreckage, maybe. Nope, just a win. Just a fantastic win here. So this is how we're gonna close off this video. A fantastic win here. This was what missed in our last game that I'm not really 100% sure if I will put it on the video or not, because it's a 20-something minute game that we won basically by exhaustion. I might, if I can, like speed up the video a lot or cut the video a lot, making it like a 15-minute game maybe. But yeah, let's go to the final thoughts. This deck works perfectly. We did not see Bruse Tarl a lot, unfortunately. I think that was a mistake on my hand on how to build this deck. I really like this Bruse Tarl's ability. The fact that he can get double strike and lifelink to something when it enters or attacks is good, but only in the last 2 games, and one of them was a loss against the Linvala deck that completely shut us down, because you know what Linvala does, right? Drana and Linvala, it prevents us to activate abilities, and that's basically what the deck wants to do. What our deck wants to do. But I said I would add the creator of Behemoth after that last game, 20-something minute game, where we had the crazy turn, which is maybe why I want to, or a crazy couple of turns, which is maybe why I want to show it, but I'm still undecided. But yeah, really enjoy this deck. The deck works perfectly. I think that with this idea that I had, let's call it that way, with the airbending and the cub and the doppelgang and stuff like that, with the training grounds and the biomancer's familiars and whatever the hells, you know, to make Titus and other creatures activated abilities cost a lot less. I really think the deck performs fantastic. I really think we got to see Thrasios at his best. The other deck that I showed Thrasios in was the Vile Smasher one. Yeah, it was the Thrasher deck, and that one was Vile Smasher all the way. So now I can actually understand a little bit better on how to build a deck that works for Thrasios as well, you know, which was fairly easy to do, but that's fine. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to utilize Bruse Tarl that much. We were not the most aggressive deck until the last couple of games, but you know, it is what it is. I might revisit this deck. Let me know if you guys have a list down in the comments that you want to see instead of this one. I will gladly make a video of any list that you guys sent in Brawl. In Standard it is a little bit different, but in Brawl, send me your list and I will gladly make a video out of that. I will shout you out. I will, you know, show your Instagram if you guys want, whatever you want. It's fine by me. But yeah, I guess this was the video. The deck worked pretty well. I had a blast playing it. I'll definitely keep this deck on my deck lists to revisit, to do the dailies and stuff like that. So I had a great time. Really hope you guys do too if you decide to try it out. I think you should. It's extremely fun. I really enjoyed it. Plus, it's a partner deck. You can build it the way you want it. I thought about building this like a Voltron deck. You know, it's in Voltron colors, gaining double strike and lifelink and all of that. It fits. It fits the mold, but I decided to go with a more, let's ramp, let's utilize Thrasios, let's utilize Keenan, let's get to an Italy, let's make it big, let's, you know, a little bit more of a triggered ability deck. This was Thrasios' time to shine, you know, and I really think the deck allowed Thrasios to shine like crazy. Again, really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave the like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We're on the road to 350 subscribers. That's our next goal, so any help you guys give is truly appreciated, and it's great to see the channel growing this way, you know. So I will keep working on it, and hopefully you guys keep enjoying it. Let me know if you try out the deck. Let me know how it played for you, what changes you would make, what cards you would like to see, and again, if you have a list, just send me and I'll definitely make a video out of it. But this was the video. Really hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.